All right, hello. My name is Mr. Whyzguy, and there's this video that just kind of pissed me off a little bit, and I'm gonna break this down. But I'm just gonna get straight into what I'm doing here, and we're just gonna be watching this because this thing kind of pissed me off when I watched it. So let's just listen here, see what they have to say.
If the left position was only opposed to war because of the circumstances of the war, then I would say the left is more pro-war and to the right of me on war.
Okay, so basically these two are like debating in like less than 60 seconds on who's basically more pro-war than the other, and this kind of pissed me off because I was listening to it like over and over and over again. Every single time I'm like, what? That I have to break this down. I have to break this down. I gotta break this down. So I'm gonna break this down. It's gonna be a breakdown. I don't know what I'm gonna title this. So here you go.
I'm completely anti-war, but the war happened because Russia invaded, and now Ukraine is trying to defend itself.
Right. So you're anti-war, you oppose war.
Yes.
But you're to the right of me when it comes to Ukraine.
I don't think so.
Do you believe that the U.S. should be supplying and aiding the Ukrainians?
I do believe so, because they're defending themselves.
Who gets that money?
The military.
But
they're defending themselves.
Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm opposed to all of that.
I mean, look, if
you're to the right of me on
if
that
you
issue.
believe that Russia should be able to invade Ukraine and take territory without recourse, then I mean that's pro-imperialism. That's not, and that's still pro-war.
No. I gotta break this down. She said specifically that he's pro imperialism. So she's a sophist. She's a sophist. That's basically the way that I have to explain her in a nutshell. In a nutshell, she is basically a sophist. She's using the assumption people would make, like if you're not for Ukraine, then you must be against it, right? Right? Because if you're not for something, then you must be the opposite. When in reality, just because you're not for something doesn't mean you are against it. It means that you're neutral. Like, you're staying out of it. You're not doing anything. You're not pro or anti, whatever that may be. And she's trying to conflate that and use that assumption that people would make, like, oh, so if you're not pro like Ukraine or helping Ukraine, then you must be against it. And that means you must be pro-imperialism because Russia invaded. And the only reason you don't want to help Ukraine is because you want Russia to invade them. Obviously, it's not the fact that Tim doesn't want to be out of it and we shouldn't be there in the first place, but basically she's a sophist. She is a sophist, and Tim Pool didn't say that he's for or against, but the way that she's a sophist, the way that she said that, it's just so, it hurt. I felt like I had to explain it, so now I'm doing it and it feels so much better. I feel so much better now. This is very therapeutic. Thanks for watching. I still got a little bit more to say because we're not done yet. She says that Tim, that really pisses me off. The thing that she says, Tim Pool is pro-imperialism. That's just fake. He's not pro-imperialism. Imperialism is basically, all right, we're just gonna look this up right now.
Imperialism.
A policy of extending a country's power or influence through diplomacy or military force. The struggle against imperialism. Okay, so, I mean, I already knew what that meant, but for anyone that didn't know what that meant, there you go. So Russia is invading. So since she's basically saying that Tim Pool, well, obviously we know what Tim is obviously anti-war, which means he doesn't care if someone invades another country that's not his country. He's not pro-war. He's not going to help make the war worse than it already is. He's not going to help one side versus another. That's just really, it doesn't matter if they're on the defense or not. He's going to explain it. Actually, no, let's just listen to what he says.
No,
yes,
a lot of people around the world do a lot of bad things. I don't think the U.S. should be an empire going and funding wars all over the world.
Exactly. And then she's going to say, we're not funding the war. What do you mean we're not funding war? Is Ukraine...
Not funding wars, we're funding the defense.
We're funding the defense. What do you think the difference... just calling it a different word doesn't make it any better. Okay, so you're not funding a war. I mean, yes, you are funding a war, obviously, but she says that we're not funding a war. We're only funding a defense. And I say that defense is a war. Someone's attacking, someone's defending. Those are both war situations, scenarios. So if you're for any of them, you're pro-war. So this lady's pro-war, obviously. Okay, so you know what I think is kind of disrespectful? Going to someone, looking at them, looking at their stuff, and then leaving without saying anything. Yeah, that's a little bit disrespectful. So I think you should not do that, and leave a comment down below. Thank you.